Hi, Shanna here. Welcome back to my channel all about finding joy while learning to live well with autoimmunity. I am so glad to have you here. So today I'm showing you how I make an AIP hash. So AIP hashes are something that you can make a big batch of each week. You can portion it out. You can stick some in the freezers. You can have it on hand for meal prep. It's great to take when traveling, and it's really easy. So when I make an AIP hash, I don't use a recipe. I simply choose a protein, lots of veggies, and whatever seasonings I like. So you can use grass-fed ground beef, you could use ground chicken, ground turkey, ground pork, you could use like grass-fed ground sirloin, any kind of protein that you want. And then the veggies that I'm using today are sweet potatoes. So another thing I love about hashes is I love that you can not only change up the type of veggies that you use, but also like the variety. So I have here like a Japanese sweet potato, I have a purple sweet potato, and I have a Shanna sweet potato. Shanna white sweet potatoes are my favorite. I love them. And then I am using onions. So I have a couple different kinds of onions. I love onions. I have some mushrooms. I'm using the organic baby bellas today, but you could use white ones, you can use any kind of variety. I have some carrots here, and then I also have an avocado here just to remind me to tell you that after I make a hash and I go to eat it, I love to like chop up like half of an avocado and just eat like a piece of, like a little bite of avocado with each bite of hash too. I love that. So today I'm using grass-fed ground beef. And then as far as seasonings, I am using organic coconut aminos. I love coconut aminos. And then I'm also using garlic powder today and seaweed salt. So you could use pink salt, Himalayan salt, any kind of unrefined sea salt is awesome. And then I'm also asked what kind of pans I use a lot, so I thought I'd show you. So in this case, so a lot of times I use stainless steel. I have a set of all-clad stainless steel pots and pans. This one is a green pan. So it's a green pan. You can get them at Target or Amazon. I'll put a link if you want to check them out. So the reason why I use two pans is because I'm impatient and I just want my food to cook faster. So I get my onions and my ground beef or whatever ground meat I'm using going in one pan, and then I get my sweet potatoes going in another. The sweet potatoes are which take the longest, and then I'll add in my carrots too to the same pan with the sweet potatoes, and then I just like stir it up as I go. So I've got both going at the same time. And then I add in my chopped mushrooms to my ground meat and my onion mixture. And if I'm doing cauliflower rice, I'll add that to either pan. And then at the end, I'll just throw it all together and I add my seasonings like throughout. Usually I'll add the coconut aminos at the end. As you can see, there are so many ways to change up AIP hashes with the meats, with the vegetables, with the seasonings. You can use fresh herbs. You can cook with different kinds of healthy fats. So today I'm gonna use coconut oil to cook my sweet potatoes, my carrots in. So some other veggies that I'm not putting in my hashes today, but that I love to, is like summer squash, zucchinis. You can put all kinds of things. If you want a recipe for an AIP hash, there's a ton of them online, so if you just Google AIP hashes. Also, a heads up, AIP hashes are super easy to heat up. I love them heated up in just like a skillet with some like, you know, bacon fat or some coconut oil and get it kind of like crispy. I love that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling and chopping. And this is something that's great if you have kids who can help you peel and chop. This is fabulous. It makes AIP hashes go way faster. There's a lot of different ways to cut sweet potatoes. My husband cuts these completely different than I do. This is probably not, well, the best way. This is just how I like to cut them. I'm not a chef, not professionally trained. This is just how I do it fastest. So I make these little circles. I like them. I like mine pretty thin because they cook faster. Once again, I'm a bit impatient. And I also like because they get a little bit crispier, and it's just, I just found that this is like fastest for me to chop them, but my husband's fast and he does it a whole different way. Alright, so I have everything chopped up now, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on. Just a heads up, I wanted to show you all of the different colors of vegetables in this hash. There's orange, there's white, there's purple, there's mushrooms, different onions. You could even use a red onion. So just a reminder that the AIP is not just about foods to exclude, it's just as important to focus on what foods to include. And so getting a variety of those nutrient-dense healing foods is really important. If you're at the beginning of your AIP journey and you're like, Shanna, I just need to get used to this and then I'll add in variety, I totally feel you. That's totally how I was. All right, so I've got all my veggies chopped, so I'm gonna start cooking. I'm gonna do my sweet potatoes, my carrots in my green pan. I tend to find, I like to get my sweet potatoes a little bit crispy, so I tend to find that they stick when I use stainless steel if I'm not careful or as vigilant. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my green pan, throw some coconut oil in it, and get it heating up. So this coconut oil is from Thrive Market. It's just organic, unrefined, cold pressed virgin coconut oil. So while that's heating up, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some coconut oil in here. I like to go ahead and start cooking my onions before I throw in my grass-fed ground beef. So I just kind of stir these here and there. I do sometimes like to put a lid on the sweet potatoes to help them like soften, and then I won't leave it on the whole time because I like them to kind of like, you know, brown up a little bit too. All right, so I am actually doing 2 pounds of grass-fed ground beef, as I mentioned, because this is going to be a huge batch of hash. So just so you kind of know, it's 2 pounds of meat. I did 3 onions, but 2 of the onions were small. I did a whole package of 8 ounces of mushrooms. I did 3 good sized sweet potatoes. I did 5 carrots. And sometimes I add a package of cauli rice in there too, just like I get those like frozen organic cauli rice from Costco. So sometimes I'll just throw like a package in here as well just to make it last longer. All right, so I'm gonna let this cook. Done. I'm just gonna throw in my coconut aminos now, and then I will mix it all together and I'll show you what it's gonna look like. So just to give you an idea, when I make a huge batch of hash like this, usually I'll make it for like our family of 4, so it's me and my husband and we have 2 teenagers, and we'll all eat it for like a meal, and then I'll still have lots of leftovers to like portion out for like quick lunches. If we're on the go, I'll throw some in the freezer for if we're traveling, if my son has a baseball tournament. Hashes are just so awesome. If I do take them on the go, I'll reheat them in my Hot Logic, which is like a portable oven that you just like plug in. You can plug it in the car, or if you have an outlet, you can get an adapter, you can plug it in anywhere. And that just like slowly reheats up the hash or anything you want. And it's just really great for taking on the go. So I'll put a link if you're interested in that. I think it's like $39 right now for one, and it's well worth every penny. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this all together and I'll show you what it looks like. Alrighty, so that's it. Just one big batch of hash, and see I added some avocado to it. Go ahead and taste test it. I've had this like a lot of different times, so I know I love it, but so good. Let me show you what I store my leftovers in case you are wondering. My local Costco has carried it for years, like a big box of it. It is the glass one, so they usually have the plastic one or the glass one, so be sure you get the glass one, and it's usually cheaper at Costco if you have a membership. Or I also found this set of glass food storage at Costco as well. It's like glass, but it has like a silicone sleeve, and I love it for like, you know, baseball tournaments or on the go, because if, you know, somebody has it like in the dugout or at the stands and they drop it, it's not gonna break. And it comes in different colors that are really fun, so you can mix and match the lids. I've not seen it at Costco since I bought it the first time, and I'm really hoping to see it again. So it's made by Ello, E-L-L-O. I'll try and find a link for you. All right guys, that's it. That is how I make my AIP hash. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment and let me know if you love AIP hash, what your favorite combinations are. If you have any questions at all, I'm happy to answer them. Sending you so much love and support as you learn to find joy while learning to live well with autoimmunity. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.